What's up, YouTube? Tube. Basically, what I'm doing right now is downloading a movie for my next edit I'm gonna make. Usually when I upload an edit, it doesn't get more than like, what, 100 views. Actually, my first edit is at like 15 point something K, but I posted that like back in like November, so it's been like 3 months. What's it, January, December, November? Yeah, it's been like 3 months. We're just gonna yap while I make this edit real quick, because I mean, like, this is what's keeping me sane nowadays. But wait, before I do that, peep the headphones, peep the little sprout on the headphones. Very cute. Today's topic is, I don't know if this is like, you know, a universal experience, or if this is like, you know, a black parent experience, but I feel like I can't talk to my parents about anything. Like, imagine they watch this video. I'm not gonna hate, but it's gotten to a point where over the years, I feel like they just don't really care about how I feel, and they just want things done their way, which, you know, they've told me before, like, oh, you know, they're the parent, they're the adult, so, you know, and I'm the kid, so I should be, you know, be in a kid's place and, like, you know, listen to their rules and listen to their instructions because it's their household, which I get it. I do. Like, I see where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, I feel like, like, it's just not, that's not all your child needs. Like, your child needs emotional support. Your child needs, you know, friendships. Your child needs, like, human interaction. And honestly, I feel like that's why I turned out the way I did, because back in high school, like, I didn't go anywhere. I was literally at home all day, every day. I wasn't even allowed to be on the internet during the weekdays because my parents were like, oh, if you don't have all A's, then you don't have Wi-Fi. And it's like, now imagine what that does to me, right? Imagine, like, it was the point where it's like, I'm not even getting these good grades for myself. I'm just getting these grades. I'm just trying to do good because I don't want my parents to crash out on me. And it's like, when I did get these good grades, because I was top 25 in my high school, when I did get these good grades, it was almost like, oh, it's expected of me, and not like, oh, I'm so proud of you, like, keep up the good work. It was almost kind of just like, oh, whatever, because you're expected to do that, so it's like, whatever. And it's like, dang, does that not feel that great? Because it's like, well, now why would I want to, you know, try anymore if all you're gonna say is, oh, yeah, you should have been known to do that. Yeah, so all throughout high school, I'd never been to a high school football game. None of my high school football games, never been to that. I remember I was in this club in my high school. It was called Woman of School Name, because I don't want to look at my school name just yet, but it was the Woman of School Name. And it was basically a club based on, like, you know, charity, community service, volunteering, you know, all that good jazz. I guess our club lead, the beginning of the semester, she hosted like a sleepover, like, to get to know everyone in the club. I was in it for 2 years. I was in it my junior year and senior year. Both times I wasn't allowed to go to the sleepover, which I get it. I guess my parents were like worried because they're like, oh, I don't know this person, but I don't know. I feel like high school is like such a developmental, is that the word, developmental point in your life, to where if you're not having these social interactions, you're kind of effed for life. Like, I feel like high school is kind of like, you know, where you're kind of really learning these things and like discovering like friendships and, I don't know, just learning more about yourself and, you know, getting your friend group. Because a lot of the times, you're like, the people you meet in high school are the people that you're friends with forever, in my opinion. I know people are like, oh, college is where you meet your lifelong friends. I don't believe that a second. I think high school is where I met my lifelong friends. But I did meet some people in college that were pretty cool, but I feel like college is just so unpredictable where you can't really, like, I mean, I'm not gonna say you can't, you probably can, but at least me personally, I don't know if you could like form like lifelong friendships. I know people have done it, but I just don't see how for me. I never really got those like core high school experiences with friends, you know, and I feel like that's always the reason why I was kind of like quiet, didn't really talk, because I just couldn't relate to anybody. Like, everybody was going to these birthday parties and doing this and going to football games, basketball games, you know, hanging out outside of school, and I was just at home because my parents never let me do any of that. And I actually talked to my mom about that one day. She was like, why do you need to hang out with your friends? I was kind of like, that kind of shook me to the core. I'm like, what do you mean? Why do I need? I mean, it's not a need, but it would be nice. Obviously, you're gonna feel a certain type of way about your, you know, parents if they constantly don't ever take into account how you feel, you know, if you want to do things, you know. But I feel like the strictness that came from them, part of the reason why I feel like I can't talk to them about anything, and I don't, because it's just like, what's the point? Because I've tried, and that obviously failed. And I feel like that's another reason why I'm like making this channel like as an outlet, because I feel like, you know, if anything, I would want to talk to my parents first about what I am thinking and what I feel like, you know, they're not really doing the best at. Because, you know, even though you're an adult, even though you're my parent, parents ain't always right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not always right. I know you want to be right, you know, but I can't say that to them because they're gonna think I have an attitude. It's just frustrating. So I've given up, honestly, and that's why we're here. That's how we ended up here. And so I wonder if, you know, anybody else has like gone through that, where it's like you can't really talk to your parents about anything just because of how they'll react, and they don't really care. And they're like, you know how some people code their parents, or they're like, you know, they feel depressed, or they feel like they're having mental problems, they're like, depressed them dishes, you know. That was me. I had to wash dishes throughout my high school time. But yeah, I don't think my parents really take mental health seriously, and that's part of the reason why I am, or was, because, you know, my college situation is a little, I don't know right now. I was majoring in interactive design because I honestly do want to create media that's geared towards mental health, because I know a lot of people don't have a person to talk to, and that's why there's a lot of people out here that are just weird, because they don't have a healthy outlet to let out their emotions, and so they just are weird, and they act weird, and they do things that they probably shouldn't do because they have all this built up resentment and trauma, and, you know, they just don't have a healthy outlet to let those emotions out. And that's not okay, because that's why society is the way it is right now. That's not good. I say this with all love, like full respect. I think they did a good job, like, raising me as a person, or like, you know, making sure I was fed, you know, had a house over my head, had clothes and everything. But I feel like they failed at the part where, you know, you're developing as a human, and you're, you know, turning into like an adult, and you're turning into your own person, and you're, you know, trying to learn all these basic human skills to better yourself in the future. And I feel like that's the part where they're like, oh, this is a privilege, everything else is a privilege, but these are the basics. And I feel like that kind of is the reason why I have trouble communicating with them. And it's like, it's so sad, because like, I'll talk to my parents, but I don't want to. Like, I never want to. I'm not like one of those like mama's boy or mama's girl, like I love my parents type of people. And I see this type of people, and they can talk to parents about anything, and it's just like, dang, I wish, you know what I mean? Because like with me, it'll just end in like an argument, or they'll just be like, oh, I'm being disrespectful, and I feel like I can't talk to them about anything, so I just don't talk to them about anything. I just don't know how to talk to them in a way where they won't think I'm being disrespectful, because I'm just genuinely just trying to explain to them how I feel and what I feel like, you know, why I don't like what you did, or why this is like upsetting me. And it's just like, well, I'm the parent, I'm the adult, blah blah blah. It's just the same response every time, so it's like, why even bother? I didn't even, this page was loading the entire time. And I feel like they also expect me to read their minds too. Like with the college stuff, I'm texting in our family group chat, and nobody is responding to me, except my brother did respond, but my parents aren't responding to me. So it's like, I don't know, I just don't know what they want, bro. Like, and I told them, I'm like, you know what, just take me home, and I'm gonna probably drop out this semester and try again next semester. It's crazy, because literally the old me like in high school who would be freaking out about getting a B on an assignment. Now it's just like I don't feel anything, like I'm numb. And it's like, you know what, that's fine. I'm just gonna drop out, try again next semester, and we'll just see where it goes. Because, you know, life isn't perfect. I should expect it not to be perfect, so which is probably why I'm not tripping right now. Because, you know, everybody has their success stories. A lot of people have been in the trenches. I'm not saying I'm in the trenches, but a lot of people, things happen to them that, you know, they didn't want to happen, or things didn't work out, but they came up from it. And so I think these are just one of those canon life events where it's like, okay, maybe I need to go another path. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny how some parents pick and choose like when to treat their child like an adult and when to treat them like a child. Like, I'm 19, I'm a legal adult. It's so crazy I can't go out and do things with my friends, but suddenly I have to figure out how to pay for my own college classes. I don't know. It's just like the pick and choose is just crazy to me. Like, what do you mean you expect me to be an adult, but at the same time you treat me like a child? Crazy. It's fine, because I'm like usually like I'm a pretty independent person anyway, so I feel like if I was dependent on people, the situation would be a lot worse for me. But I'm a pretty independent person. I like being by myself, doing things by myself. We ball. What's that one song? Horses don't stop, they keep going. But yeah, I don't know if I'm not upset because I'm just so numb, or if I'm just like I've accepted the fact that life isn't gonna go the way I want it to go. Or maybe I just accepted the fact that I'm just gonna keep grinding and keep doing what I want to do, because, you know, my life's gonna be effed either way. So, you know, especially in this economy, like, might as well just follow your dreams, because at the end of the day, like, even with a college degree, you might, you know, end up in a homeless shelter. So it's like, now it's like the best one for me to really like clutch, because it's like, you know, either way I feel like, you know, what is it, life is like a sandwich. No matter which way you flip it, the bread comes first. Oh my, that was really tough. I don't know who came up with that, but that's really tough. I've been living off of like, what, $100 a week? I've been doing pretty good. Turns out I don't really need that much. I mean, I barely eat anyways because I'm just like in my bed depressed, but it's like whatever. We still ball. So yeah.